Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I was talking to my daughter and my grandchildren, getting a list of um, what they wanted for Christmas. Each one of them gets 3 items for Christmas, and I was trying to make sure and get their what they wanted for Christmas presents. Hi, Renee, my faithful Renee, my faithful Renee. Renee. Hi, Wilma. I can't wait to finally meet you in person. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I know it will. I know it will. So, how are you two ladies doing this evening? I am well. Um, I didn't go out for Veterans Day to get any of the free goodies that people were giving out. Yes, we are, Renee. Yes, we are. So, I'm going to start with what the topic and stuff. I'm going to start in just a moment. I know it's like it's a set amount of us that comes here on Monday nights, and I think it's a couple of more people that's regular. So I'm going to give them a couple of minutes before they come in because this is a holiday and people may be out with their loved ones. I'm glad to know that you're doing okay, Wilma. Um, I shared last night on Design on a Dollar. Showed them where I have a or what you call that thing, uh, marble stuck in my navel, but it's getting where it's gonna come out because it's the scar tissue that's around the opening of my navel that's holding it in place, and so I'm massaging the what you call that stuff I just said it. Where is my mind at? The scar tissue, massaging the scar tissue out. So I don't watch any of the judge shows. They say it's real TV, but I don't watch it. But anywho, that's what's on right now. Um, I did have my fire stick on, um, trying to watch a movie, but for some reason something is going on with it, so I had to turn it off for a minute and hope it resets itself. Guys, have you ever had these right here? They addictive. I got them from the Dollar Tree, but this is the only type of mite and ice I like is those real sour ones. But they'll sneak up on you. You can I buy them like 5 or 6 boxes, and if I'm not, oh yes, I love them, and if I'm not careful, I'll eat 2 or 3 boxes a day. So, um, I have to put them up for myself because if it's not in my sight, I won't eat them. So, like if I put these on the bed and cover them up, I'll forget all about them and won't think about them again until I see them move it from up under the cover. But yeah, that's one of my favorite snacks to have. That and popcorn and apples, popcorn, apples, oranges, grapes. Those are the things that I normally eat. And then I get candy like this maybe once a month. And if I eat some chocolate, it's the little miniature ones that you normally give out at at Halloween time and stuff. So I don't eat a lot of candy. Um, Even with this, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna show you something that's gonna be nasty. Even with these, I don't even like this part really. I just like to take the take the sour part off. Oh, apples and caramel. That is so good, Renee. Oh, it's so good. Well, yeah, it's only three of us right now, so but I want to be fair to you guys because my pastor always says don't punish the ones that are on time, but because of the ones that are late. Meaning don't hold up the process of what you're going to do because of who's going to come and who's not here already, where where they said that it was going to be at a certain time. So I would chalk it up to that. It's a holiday. It's a holiday for everyone. And we may be out and about doing things with our family members for the holiday. And I really wish we would have went to the Golden Corral. We had a Golden Corral here in our town, but they closed it down. And so the closest one to us is down at the beach. And I'm really thinking about my husband and cook tonight. So we might go down there. I don't know. It's like 30-40 minutes from the house. So we'll still have time to get there. I think it ends at 9 or 10. I don't know. But anywho, that's what I may do when I get off with you guys. I'm gonna see if my husband want to do that. But as we saw on the title, we are talking about flaws versus assets. I told you guys I was reading a book and it's called Living the Unbogus Life. And it's by a pastor that I'm affiliated with. And she has her doctorate degree. And she's from here, from our town, from home. And it's the living the authentic life, unbogus. Like, unbogus is not really a word, but she made it into a word because what we talked about bogus versus unbogus not last week, but week before last. So okay. We have to know both our flaws and our assets. We need to know how to focus on ourselves instead of being so bogged down by giving our all to everybody else. We give our all to our spouse, our siblings, our co-workers, our friends, our pastors, and we forget all about ourselves. And we need to realize that we need to think about ourselves and let God deal with everyone else. And everyone else and their problems. That's something that I have to work on a whole lot because I am a fixer. If there's a problem I want to fix, and I tend to want to fix it or talk about it. So I tend to bog myself down with what I'm feeling versus just saying, okay, it is what it is, let God handle it, move on. As long as not anything life threatening, my family called me all the time about non-emergency or non-things like that. And I've come to the conclusion I used to get all worked up when it came to my siblings and things going wrong in their life. But I learned that to each his own. We all have our own flaws. We all have our own things that we will take and live with. So we all have that. So we all come to a point in our life where it's second nature to put someone else's wants, needs, and desire above our own. That's if you are a authentic person, because you have to be an authentic person, have integrity and have transparency for you to be that type of person. Um, let's talk a few minutes about flaws, okay? Um, let's see. One of the flaws I think I have is always putting myself down, always saying, you know, I'm not good enough. I don't talk good enough. I don't walk good enough. I don't have good enough clothing. It's not that I'm comparing myself to someone else. It's that I'm comparing myself to myself, the self that I want and the self that I feel like I should be. And yeah, there is nothing wrong with actually doing that, with actually wanting more for yourself. It's nothing wrong with that, but it becomes an issue and a problem when that's all we think about and it bogs us down. That's all we live for, is to try to um, fix that flaw. And we'll have to learn that yes, we are a part of fixing that flaw, but if we don't have help from a higher being or a family member to fix it, then it's going to be a hard road to go on. So I wanted to know, what are some of you guys' flaws, and how do you overcome them? How do you feel like you can change the outcome of the flaw that you have? So, here is a open space. It's not a judgmental space. So whatever we talk about here, but just be mindful that it is a open forum, and people can come back and read it. But um, I've learned also that I have to stop thinking about what everybody else is going to say about me and how I am. That just if y'all guys know me, I had on several occasions on my other channel have to go on and explain to people why I come on dressed in my PJs with my hair bonnet on, or I'm just a laid back person. I had to go up there several times and tell people about that. And I've learned that with what's going on with me in my life and how I handle it is a big deal. I try to live my life in a transparent manner, and I try to live my life in such a way that I don't offend or cause anybody else grief or pain. Now, am I a perfect person? No. So do I make mistakes? Yes, I make plenty of them, especially when it comes to the people that are closest to me, because those are the people that they know your flaws and they know your assets, and they know how to push your button to bring out either one. But yes, that's one of my flaws. I don't see what other people see. When people say, "Oh, you're a nice looking young lady, you don't look your age, you know this, you know that," and sometimes I can see that person in the mirror, but 9 times out of 10, I don't see it. I don't see what others see. So I know that is a big, big flaw of mine. Because if I don't value myself and my appearance, then who else will? So we have to learn that whatever our flaws are, if we don't put them in check or control them, they are going to control us, and in turn it's going to affect how we live our life and how we allow the people that supposed to be closest to us in our life. Miss Atmosphere says, "Hello ladies, my flaws, I live for others, sometimes even when it makes me unhappy. I find it difficult to express when I'm hurting." Oh God, you hit the nail on the head. Ding ding ding. That's me too, Miss Atmosphere. And Pal, where is Brian? The title of your stream says featuring Brian. What the bloody, huh? Please. Oh Lord have mercy. I don't even know who you are and what you're talking about. So Poof Pal, please be gone. I don't have time for people like that. If the title is messed up, then I will fix it in the end. But if you would have came in on time, like a lot of other people did, you would know what the title is, regardless of what you see on written. So, I don't have time for people like that. Renee says my flaw is that the fact that I always think I am right, even when proven wrong, I still look for ways to flip. Oh, how you sound. You sound like Renee. You sound like my husband right there. Yes, you do. That's him. That is my husband, 110%. Thank you, Renee. You know what? It's like ignorant people just find their way anywhere in life. I mean, you make yourself look stupid and ridiculous by when you come on and make comments like you're making. Who are you trying to appeal to? And because you're only making yourself look crazy, that's it. So why I don't, and I bet it's some I'm not even gonna say who I think who they are, because I don't like bullies. I don't like people that hide behind a computer screen that doesn't know how to yeah, that's right, Renee. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna waste my time on a person like that. You can keep commenting, that's fine if you want. But I'm not gonna acknowledge you anymore. So you can keep putting stuff on if you want, and you'll just be wasting time. Because the people that comes here know what they're coming for, and they know how to annoy you too, or they'll fuss you slam out. So you best go on about your business. Yeah, I know, Miss Atmosphere. And Wilma said my flaw is the same as Miss Atmosphere. And Miss Atmosphere was she lived for others. Yes. And like I was just saying, my family depends on me a lot. They think that financially that I'm in a place where I'm not. Now, I will say that when the rubber meets the road, I'm going to find a way to get things done that needs to be done. And my family depend on me a lot for advice and information, and I mean all these things. And it's like I'm not the oldest. My sister, I have a sister that's older than me, but it's like all of the legal stuff or anything else always fall on me, because I do have some law experience from law school, from going to not law school but criminal justice. And so they feel like because I have so much education within myself that I know everything. And no, I don't have the answer to everything. I don't. Wilma said my flaw is the same as Miss Atmosphere. Yes. Yes. Where you put others before yourself all the time. That's why I said in the beginning, I said that we have to learn how to focus on ourselves and not be bogged down by giving our all to our spouse, siblings, co-workers, friends, pastor. We have to we forget that we forget about ourselves and how to let God deal with everyone else and their problems. Not to say you don't help, but we have to learn how to balance everything out so we don't lose ourselves into everyone else. We have to live an authentic, integrity, and transparent life. We have to live with nothing to hide or fret because we have our faith. And I know everyone don't believe in God, but so I put faith, or whatever higher being you believe in. And I put, as we as women in person has to know that they are loved unconditionally. If you have a person in your life that don't deal with the good and the bad you face in your life, then let that person go. No matter how you look, dress, talk, and no matter what type of family you come from, you have to be yourself and know who you are as a person and as an individual. So though that right there, the transparency part is, I think that's the reason why I live my life the way I live it, as far as when I show you guys me and I share my life with you, because I want to be a transparent. Now, is there areas of my life that I don't discuss? Of course, because it is the internet and it is out there, and people will take advantage of that. Renee says, I live for others as well, but I have concurred by saying never do something for someone that they wouldn't do for you. Oh, that's true. And that right there is a lot of problems inside of families, because like my siblings will call on me to do something, and they always want something from me. Oh, guys, look at our cup. I was telling you guys about the cup. Um, Sharon at Classy Shades Design, she made it. These are the women that I drew, and I'm doing the last woman now. My granddaughter, the achieved woman, is a superhero, and my granddaughter wanted me to patent the superhero after her. So I found a picture of my granddaughter that has from her pageant days, and I'm using that as a guide to draw the facial features of the superhero. So as soon as the superhero is finished, I will send that to Sharon as well, and she'll add the superhero to the cup. And I don't know if you're here and you don't know what the Diva stands for in Divas Talk Time. It's divine, innovative, victorious, achieved sister. So that's who you are. That's who you are to me. You are a diva, and you have it going on with all those things, and you're my sister. So that's what Divas stands for. Divas Talk Time is we are divine, innovative, victorious, achieved sisters that have a talk time, and discuss things that women as a whole needs to bind together or band together to to come to some form of reconciliation or reconciling of to ourselves. We get so busy reconciling to everyone else that we forget that we treat ourselves wrong. We do ourselves so wrong, and we forget to reconcile with ourselves. We forget to tell ourselves, which may sound silly to some of you, we forget to tell ourselves, I'm proud of you. I'm not disappointed. Don't worry about those things that happen. Those are in the past. We can make it. We forget to do those things to ourselves, and we expect it from someone else. We want somebody else to praise us, and we can praise ourselves. You can praise yourself. You can reward yourself. I have one of the little ladies that I mentor. She works hard. She graduated. She's graduating early. She's a hard worker. She always keep a job. She does things with herself. Thank you, babe. Yeah. Mm. She does thank guys, my husband just brought me dinner, so I won't be smacking, but I will eat because I don't like cold fries. But I went over to her house and was talking to her and her mom, and She is upset because she made like $500 a week at her job, and she's 17 years old, and she have a goal list, a wish list, and she write out every wish and goal that she has set for herself and what she want to do. Like when she get paid, she want to buy this, she want to buy that. So she wanted to buy a Michael Kors watch. And so she finally told me her birthday is in this month. So she finally brought it. And she said, but she was 6 months behind in getting it because all her money she has to help put into the house because she has to help her mom. And she is one. I'm glad that she is where she is as far as knowing how to save, knowing how to get what she wants in life. But at the same token, I told her and I told her mom that they're gonna have to stop depending on her so much because she's to the point where she's 17 years old and she's stressed out because she got to give all her money to her mom every month. And so I was telling them, trying to, tell them how to go about finding a balance in her life and helping her mom, but at the same token, not giving her all to the household. And I told her, being a teenager and living up under your mom rule, like my husband always said, you need to contribute, but you shouldn't be the person that's taking care of everything in the household when you're the child. So I'm prayerful that her mom is going to get back on track and they're going to follow something that I set up for them to both be happy out of the situation. Let's see. Miss Atmosphere says, I'm learning to put me first and take care of me. I wouldn't even tell the doctor for fear of complaining. Oh, well, no, honey. When you go to the doctor, that's what he's there for, and that's what you're paying him for. I don't care. I'm gonna rattle off everything. It may seem silly or stupid or crazy. It may even make me look crazy, but when I go to the doctor gonna know everything because I don't play around with my health, and I don't care. My husband says that he don't like to take medication, and I tell him God made whoever invent that medication. He gave them the wits and the mind to do it to help people like me, and I'm going to use that person wits and until God do the full healing. I'm going to use that person wit and take what they made to help relieve the pressure or the pain that I feel. So, honey, don't think that you don't want to tell the doctor things. Yeah, tell him because we as women, like I said, we forget about ourselves and we don't get our yearly pap smears, we don't get our yearly breast exams, we don't do all that, but we make sure that our children go get their physicals and our grandchildren get their physicals and our husbands, if anything wrong with our husbands, we try to make sure that they get what they want or need done, but we forget about ourselves. So don't do that. Always let the doctor know what's going on with you. And it's not complaining. It's just being mindful of your health and making sure that you be able to be here to help everybody else in the world out. But yeah, make sure you talk to the doctor and let them know what's going on. Let's see. Renee says, exactly. We give, but let us need something and go to those same people They are either not available or don't have an amen, sister. Beverly say, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Beverly. Renee says she had to delay her aspiration and bucket list for others contribute at age 18 plus. Children should not have those burdens as a minor. No, they shouldn't. And that's what she was saying. She was like, I'm 17 years old and I can't live a life that a normal 17-year-old does because I'm taking care of the bills in the household. And I told her I understood that. And she was like saying, like my children, she was like, you didn't make them do this, or you didn't make them do that. And I said, yes. No, I said sometimes it was tough, but I always told them when you make your own money, you use your money for things that you need and things that you want. It's my responsibility to take care of you guys, not now it is. Now it's their responsibility to take care of me because they grown and they have things going on. And, I feel like the roles are reversing. So it's time for them to take care of me. So that's how I feel about that. Let's see. And Renee says, good evening, Beverly. Miss Agnes just said, I'm getting used to telling doctors now. It's difficult, but I write it down so that I don't get nervous and say I'm okay. That's right. I do the same thing. I write down what I need to talk to the doctor about because a lot of doctors, you go to them and they want you to be in and out. So they check your ear, check your chest, tell you to breathe, check your reflex, and then say how's everything going. But don't want you to really know. Don't really want to tell you to tell them what's really going on. But I've been blessed enough with the military to get doctors that listen. Now, I just recently had a doctor with the military that wouldn't listen to me, and I don't like a doctor. I know the doctor can diagnose things, but a doctor can't tell me how I feel. He can't tell me what hurts on me, and because he can't see it. And so I hate for a doctor to say, oh, it's just this right here, or oh, that's just no. I hate a doctor to push me aside and not listen to me and listen to what I'm telling them that my body needs. I know my body better than anybody else. I've been living with it for 49 years. And so when something is wrong with it, I know something is wrong with it. It may not look like it to a doctor, but I know I get these feelings. I'm my coordination or whatever is off. So I know it's something wrong. And a lot of doctors try to rush you out of the office because they want to see as many patients as they can to get as much money as they can. But don't allow a doctor to rush you either. You let the doctor know, hey, I got several issues that I want to talk to you about. And I need some answers on them. So we talked about our flaws. So let me see. And I think one of my assets is that I am a good listener. I know how to listen to a person and know what they're going through and what they need. And I try to do that. That's why I mentor youth, because I feel like the life that I have lived, it was a good life, even though that it has some valleys in it. That my life has been a good life, and I have been instilled with great values and great knowledge on things in life. And so I meet a team where they're at. I don't expect, like my daughter always said, with my foster daughter and with my son. I always say with my foster daughter, to my biological daughter, she always say, well, Mom, you always say, that's just how she is, how, my foster daughter is. And I'll say, well, yes, I said, because, this is how, she grew up, and this is what she knows. She doesn't know quite what you was taught. So that's why I always say, it's just her, and I say her name. And my daughter can't, she doesn't like that, and she doesn't like the fact, it's like when they was at home and they were going to school, my son, it was a struggle for him in school, and his C's and D's was like my daughter A's, because she didn't really get in B, she got all A's. And she would say, Mom, why are you so much harder on me than you are on Durante? And I say, it's not that I'm harder on you than him. His level is not where you're at. He has a harder time in school than what you have. So I don't expect you to come home with a C or D on a math or spelling or anything. And with your brother, when he gets his B's, C's, and D's, they are like his A. It's like your A's to me. So yes, I praise C's and D's for him, but I'm going to say no, 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 no. That's not where you need to be if you try to bring home a C or D. So that's what I mean by meeting somebody where they are, and not trying to put them in a place that they're not. It wouldn't be fair to me to say, Durante, you didn't bring home no A, so you can't get this. You punished. You got to do this. You got to do that, knowing that he did his all to get that C or that D. And then that's like a slap in the face if you don't recognize the accomplishment that he made at his level, not comparing him to his sister who get A's, and I praise her for her A's. So in my household growing up, my children was on different end of the spectrum of the learning, because my son has ADHD. And so it was harder to help him than it was my daughter, because my daughter, she just knew that girl has a mind on her. She has a awesome, not saying my son don't, but just the way my daughter thinks, she reminds me a lot of myself. And so, anywho, hi Ro. Yes, we're doing good. Beverly, hurts. I really don't think any of us like to do that. I think because we don't like to reveal our hurts, because we feel like we are failures in that area. We feel like if we tell somebody that things didn't work out, then they're gonna say, they're gonna be very judgmental. But as I said before, if you have somebody in your life that is not supportive of you, does not encourage you when you need encouragement, does not kick you in the butt when you need a kick in the butt, if you have people in your life that's not like that, then you need to get rid of them. They're just like the trolls that other people it's just like the trolls that come up in our feed. You can't allow people to be a part of your life that constantly pulls away from you and not feed back into you, if that makes sense. You can't allow that. You need someone that is going to say, hey, I'm with you. I'm your ride or die. I'm with you. Like I tell y'all, I had two best friends, KP, who has recently passed, and Peaches. Those two ladies in my life that I can say, hey, I can say this, and they're gonna give it to me straight. If I need a kick in the butt, they're gonna give me a kick in the butt. If I need comfort, they're gonna comfort me. And if I need comfort and a kick in the butt, they're gonna do both of those too. And so I value the friendships that I have, um, because I don't allow a lot of people in. I don't allow a lot of people to um be a part of my inner circle. I'm a homebody. I've always been a homebody. I've always been the person that went to school, went to basketball practice or games, or went to track practice or track meets, and then I was home. I never been the partying type. I did party for a little while with my daughter's father before he passed away. I was in college, but other than that, I'm me. I'm who I am, like I am right now. They are drainers when they. Oh yes, yes, yes. Hi, Cassandra. Thank you. Yeah, happy Veterans Day. Thank you. Yes, yes. I think that's a lot of our problems as women. We do so much for others, and others don't do for us. It's a one sided relationship. And my family is a lot like that, a one sided relationship. And so sometimes I don't even want to be bothered. Like my sister, something happened with her and I told her, so right now I just need to get myself together and my thoughts together about what transpired. So, I really don't want to talk right now. And she didn't like that, because she called me every day. And so she was still trying to call, and I wouldn't answer. And she was like, why you won't answer? Why you sending me? But anyway, of course it's my family, and I may not fully forgive my family for some of the things that they do, but they're my family, and I'm going to be there for them. I'm not going to turn my back on them, especially if I know they need me. Oh, Miss Atmosphere is United States Marine Corps. Oh, I have a shirt at Miss Atmosphere that says um Army, because even Marines need a hero to look up to. So that was a constant battle for my foster daughter and me. We always talked about the Marine Corps versus the Army. My husband was in both, and I always say he left the riffraff to come to the best. He was in the Marine Corps and he came over to the Army, but he says that he like the Marine Corps more than the Army, and I probably would agree with that, because I think the Marine Corps holds their Marines to a little bit higher standards, especially as far as what they look like. Renee, you military too? I think you did tell me you was military, but yes. So now, God, ladies, you told me what. Yes, Miss Atmosphere. Yes, it is. There's constant battle between Army, the Marine Corps, and Army. I think the Marine Corps uniform, I love the way their dress uniforms are. They kind of remind me of like the highway patrol. I hold the highway patrol to a higher standard than I do a local police officer, because highway patrol has strict standards about what they want their officers to look like. And I feel like that's kind of a little bit discriminatory, but I understand why they have the standard that they have, because you can't be out on a call in the middle of the night by yourself and you are a 400-pound police officer and you got to try to chase a suspect down and you winded because you out of shape. I believe that all police officers should have to keep up the standard of as far as their appearance. They should have to keep up their appearance to continue to be a part of the Marine Corps. I mean, the police department, just like in the Marine Corps or the Army, whatever armed forces, we have goals that we have to have. We have to be a certain height. A certain weight, a certain body mass. You got to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And if you can't do those things, the Army gives you, a couple of months, maybe 3 to 6 months to get everything the way it should be. And then if you don't, then you get a discharge. So I do feel like there should be standards, because these are people that are taking care of us and protecting us. And I don't know how I got, well, that's the flaws and assets of police officers. Oh, that was my husband too. He'll do MOS, Miss Atmosphere. He was a MP and he was a cook. So he was a cook his whole Marine Corps time. And then when he came over to the Army, he was also in the DFAC, but he went to school for MP. And so now he's a dual MOS. I like the MP MOS better. I benefit from the cooking one though. I love my husband, and it's a blessing that he's a person that loves to cook, because he takes care of me as far as my physical health and my mental. My husband, I'm sorry, guys. I must have a cavity in this too. But yes, he yeah. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. But anyway, so we talked about our flaws. And so now I want you to turn the table right quick before we have to get out of here, and tell me some of your assets. What do you feel like some of your assets are as a woman? Beverly says she beat herself up all the time, and she wished she was more firm with her daughter during school years. Yeah, some like I'll say when I was growing up, my mom made sure that when we came home, we all sat at the kitchen table and we did our homework, and we helped each other. So if there was something that the third grader didn't know and you were in the fifth grade, then the fifth grader would go over and help the third grader. And that's how my mom raised us. And she raised us that education is key. She said, you can have your sports, you can have this, you can have that. And yes, you can have a desire to be pro in those areas. And if by chance you do become pro, you have to realize you need something to fall back on if when that career comes to an end, or if you get injured. So she was pro education as far as schooling, but at the same token, she knew that you needed an outlet, and if it was sports, then she made sure that she supported that as well, because I had my son the summer of my 11th grade year. And so when I went back to school, my intentions were not to do any sports, because I had a baby at home that I had to come home and take care of, and I had to do homework. I had to do this. I still had to keep up with my chores at home. I had to do all these things. And so, I made a decision that I was going to stay. I was going to come home after school because I didn't want my mom raising my child. I didn't want her to be a grandparent that raised her grandchildren. I wanted her to be a grandparent. And so when basketball season came around, I didn't go for tryouts like the first couple of days. And so my basketball coach, called me down to the gym one day and was asking me, why wasn't I trying out for the basketball team? And I told her, because, she knew I got pregnant because three of her players got pregnant around the same time. And, she was so mad at us, she was so disappointed in us, and she told us that. But in the end, our team supported us. If I had to bring my son to a basketball game, it was always somebody there to watch him while I was at the game, and it was just like a family thing. And so when I didn't come to play tryouts, my basketball coach reached out to my mom and was saying that, telling her that, saying that, she knew why I didn't come to practice, but she was wondering if that was something that my mom had told me that I had to do. And my mom was like, no, so she was like, no, I think that is a very important part of her life, and she needs to do it. So of course they tag team me and was like, do this, you need to do this for you, we here for you. And they were, it was a tight-knit basketball team. And so I don't even know where I went with that, but anyway, yeah, that's that. But tell me, I want to know your assets. Let me see. Let's see. Atmosphere. Miss Atmosphere said assets. I can see all sides of situations. Easy to talk to. Family and friend. Psycho. Oh, psychology. Yeah, me too, girl. Me too. Renee says, I was strict. It paid off, and they thank me every day. Yeah, you have to be like that. I'm glad my mom was the way she was as well. I tell my younger siblings, y'all got away with a whole lot. Mama changed a whole lot when she had y'all. Y'all had it easy. And you see, Beverly says, thank you, Ro. I'm glad you understand. It hurts. Rose says, my stepmom didn't care, but I wanted to get the heck out of there, so I pushed myself, graduated, and got up out of there. Yeah, hey, my oldest sister, she left the house when she was 15 or 16. She couldn't live by my mom's rules, and my mom said, if you can't live by my rules, then you have to leave. And my sister left, and it hurt, but it hurt me because she left. But she did what she had to do. She felt like, and she did. From the time my sister left the house and to this day, she all she did for herself. She had it hard at times, but she did it. So yeah, she knew that being up under my mom's roof and living by my mom's rules was not going to be what she needed. So she left. Family said it does hurt to see when you did all you could and the children still lack motivation to do better. Oh yes. There's so many young children that I was teaching when I was teaching for those 8 years that parent doesn't care, and you as a educator try your best to get the parent involved in the child's life, and even tell that parent, because a lot of those parents didn't have education themselves, and so they didn't know, they didn't value education because they didn't have it, and a lot of African Americans, they didn't want to look dumb around their children, so they didn't get involved because they felt like they didn't know what was going on. But I let them know I'm an advocate for you. If you need me to go to school, if you need me to talk to a teacher, a lot of them will have me down as a contact at the school that I can talk to the teachers and stuff and help them help. We even had classes for the adults, and they will come out and just trying to get them involved with their children's life and their education. And sometimes it paid off and other times it didn't. I saw one of my students, and she is 14, and she was telling me she had a little baby girl, and um, it kind of crushed me but she's still in school. Kind of crushed me, but she's still in school, so that's what matters. I don't want any young person to think that if you have a child that your life is over, that you can't get ahead, you can't do, but you can. You just have to be more diligently. You have to, if you don't have a support group, you have to find a support group that's going to help you reach your goals. If you got to take your child to school with you, then hey, let the teacher know, look, I got to bring my child to school, and do it. Do you? Let me see. Beverly says, that is good, Renee. My parents were tough, but I did not want to be like them. That was a bad mistake. Yeah, because sometimes we say, when I get grown, I'm not gonna treat my children the way my mom treated me. But then I thought about it. Wow, look how I turned out because of how tough my mom was. And so yeah, I want especially my girls, I want her to be tough. I want her to know. I tell my children life isn't fair all the time. Um, you know, you think that you deserve this, and people will look over you and do you dirty. So life isn't fair. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you because life is not going to sugarcoat it, and I didn't. And they laugh. Beverly says, I have a few friends that speak the truth to me. It has been helpful. That's what you need. You need true friends. True friends is going to tell you how a TI is, and you're going to not get upset. You may get upset with them, but in the end, that's a true friend. That's the difference between a friend telling you, giving you good advice, and somebody that's constantly dogging you. You don't want somebody dogging you. Girl, why would you like that? You so stupid to do that, girl. No, you don't need nobody to tear you down when you already down. You need somebody that's going to support you and lift you up and be able to say, hey girl, it's okay. You messed up, but hey, I'm right here for you. But don't, I'm gonna kick you. Get here. This is a little kick you need right here. So yeah, that's what type of friends you need. Let's see. Rose said, don't get me wrong, Beverly. I was strict and they graduated. They both were honor roll presidential awards, but after graduation they just got lost, burned out. My oldest is back in school now. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do have to take a break. Like I was telling I was telling y'all the other day, I love school. I love education. And I'm thinking about going back now. But I got to get myself ready to actually go back. So, but yeah. It happens sometimes. My children right now, my both of them went to college, but they didn't graduate because my son, like they said, they got burned out. Especially my son, school wasn't really his forte because he struggled. And my daughter was a lot like me. She got pregnant, had a child, and so her main focus became to be a mom. And that's what she says. The biggest compliment you can give her is to tell her, how good of a mom she is to her children, because her children are her everything. And no, it shouldn't be like that, but that's her. My children was my everything. And I made sure they had what they needed. I made sure they had what they wanted. I made sure they were very respectful. I made sure that they got their tail toe up when they needed. So she's a lot like me as far as her children. She'll say, "Oh, we got to get ready to go, guys." But this is her favorite saying: "Stupid is as stupid does." She tell her children that all the time. And when she first started saying it, I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" And pretty much it was like, life isn't fair. Pretty much you do this, and you know it's wrong, but you do it anyway. So you're gonna have to accept the consequences. Stupid is as stupid does, and that's what she says. And I throw that back at her sometime. Rose says school is not for everyone, but no one will sit on my couch. Oh yeah, that's my husband. You got to get out of the house. You got to contribute. You got to do something. You got to show that you're trying to do something for yourself. And Beverly said, "That is great, Ro. I was not strict at all. I only have a daughter and did not encourage education the way I should have. I need to stop feeling like I defeated her." Yes, you shouldn't. She's still living. You may not push her in education as far as a school education, but you may educate her in other ways. Educated her to the streets of life, educated her to being a woman. All education does not come from school. You can educate your children on a whole lot of things, and it helps them in life, and they help them move on in life. Yes, people say college, you need a college education to get a good job. Yeah, maybe. And sometimes God has something for you that you don't even have to go to school for. So don't beat yourself up about it. Your daughter is who she is as a woman. And as long as you know that you did everything that you could, or the best of your ability at that given time, then don't go back. Don't go back in the past. Don't worry about the past. Just worry about in the future and helping her get to be the woman that you want her to be now. So, guys, that's right, Rose. She did. And Rose said, "I told my children, you don't have to do college. Get into a program of your interest and go there." Yeah, my son went to music school because that's what he wanted to do. That's what he thought he wanted to do with himself. But he became a personal chef, and he has his own business. He has his own catering business now, and that's what he turned out wanting to do in life, is cook. So anyway, guys, it was an awesome time talking with you guys on our flaws and our assets. Remember, don't beat yourself up about the past. Just live for the future. Always try to put yourself before you put everybody else. Don't have people in your life that does not bring value to you, or is not going to is there to uplift you and also to correct you when you're wrong. Not somebody that's bougie or bougie or a know-it-all. Renee, honey, you got to stop that. You got to stop being like my husband. Rose says, "Oh, thank you." Renee, you need to stop that, hun. Don't keep continuing to say you're right when you know you're wrong. But that was so funny because, yeah, that was so funny, Renee. That was funny to me. Okay, and Miss Atmosphere, great conversation, ladies. Yes, it was. And guys, my divine, innovative, victorious, achieved sisters. I will talk to you guys on next Monday. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Um, spend some time with your children. Call them. Just say, just tell them that you love them. Or if you feel like you defeated, I'm quite sure. If you tell your daughter that, she's gonna say, "Mom, no, you didn't." She's gonna tell you all the things that you did right for her, Beverly. So stop focusing on what you didn't do right or what you feel like you didn't do right, and focus on what you did and what you see as far as your child is concerned. You too, Ro. I'm getting ready to go. Bye, guys. Bye. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Bye, 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 bye. Let me get this turned off. Oh, end stream.